Hello, welcome to What the Flick. It's a magical, magical week with just the two of us, Alonso and myself. We're talking about magic beans. They're real, right? Magic beans exist in real life?
Well, you know, they are the magical fruit, but that's a whole other subject.
Please describe to us Jack the Giant Slayer.
Okay, it's Jack and the Beanstalk, like you've never seen him before. With action, because no one's done that to a fairy tale yet. Except they have a lot. Nicholas Hoult, who you loved as the zombie in Warm Bodies, is Jack, and he's a little older than the Jack of the story, but he's still a dreamer and, you know, kind of not always paying attention. So he does wind up swapping a horse for a handful of beans, and it turns out that the giants used to come rampaging on the earth, and this king figured out a way to built a crown to control them, and he kept the beans hidden, but now the beans are out and the crown is out, and shit gets crazy. Take a look.
Home to a fearsome giant race who hunger to conquer the mortals below, waiting for the seeds of revenge to grow.
Bryan Singer directed it, we should point that out, and Christopher McQuarrie is one of the writers of it. So it's sort of a reunion of the usual suspects and
Valkyrie.
Valkyrie.
Yeah, maybe more.
Nobody has an eye patch, no one wants to kill Hitler in this one. But you know what? It's not trying to be smirky, it's cheeky without being too terribly cutesy, it's not trying to be ironic and hip like a Shrek movie, for example. There's an earnestness to it that I found very appealing.
Okay, well, I'll give you that,
Okay.
but I was bored out of my mind.
It's a little long, yeah.
It's just, it's one of those movies where I just found myself realizing how fakey looking all the CG stuff was, except for the Beanstalk. The Beanstalk is great. I will give you the Beanstalk. But everything else just seemed kind of, it was either ugly or fakey or both. The story felt like yet another, you know, why is it that when we update, or not even update, when we revisit fairy tales now, it's all about let's put a sword in their hand. Like that's the only idea anybody has. Alice in Wonderland, let's put a sword in her hand. Hansel and Gretel, let's put swords in their hands. You know, I'm getting bored with it, and I was really bored in this. It really feels like Bryan Singer was directing this on autopilot. Like there was no. This is a guy who made X2, for God's sake, which is, I think, still one of the great superhero movies ever made. Just so going through the motions. And you know, Ewan McGregor, the most charmless performance I've ever seen him give. He's so not committed to anything and just kind of like, yeah, I'm here.
He has to be loyal and trusty and true.
And those are interesting things. Those are interesting things to play. If you play them, he didn't play any of that. It was just, it was all. But I could practically see the Bluetooth in his ear. He was phoning it in so hard.
Now you know what? It's this great supporting cast of all these great British character actors. You have Ian McShane playing the king. You have Bill Nye as one of your motion capture giants. I'm sorry, that was cool looking with a little bitty head on the side, and they keep talking to each other. I think that was very cool looking. And do you want realism in your giants?
No, of course not. But I'm just, but there was, you know, but if it's going to be magical, then be magical and be smart and have some spark of something going on. This just felt so plodding and so like, okay, now we have to do this part of the story. Okay, no, now we have to do this part. Like it felt so rote and mechanical and joyless. This is a joyless movie.
No, it's a lot of fun. When the first beanstalk, there are multiple beanstalks here.
Yes.
When the first one comes up, it is extraordinary and it is tactile and it is a living, breathing thing. And in this regard, like, it is shot in 3D. It looks pretty damn cool. It's not one of your 2D, 3D redos here. It looks really, really good. And then, I don't want to give away the coolest beanstalk thing of all, but there's one toward the end where they grow in a place that you don't expect. It's gnarly, it's suspenseful, it's intense.
But the beanstalk, but you're talking about the beanstalk, like that's the, you're not supposed to. Yeah, it is, it's the most interesting character in the movie, that's the problem.
No,
you know,
Nicholas Hoult is very cute.
He's fine. The girl is terrible.
She doesn't get a whole lot to play.
You have to admit, I don't even remember her name. She makes Claire Forlani look like Betty Davis.
Eleanor Tomlinson.
She is
newcomer, Eleanor Tomlinson.
Yeah, and I'm sure she was a model and will probably be one again, but she is, there there's nothing going on there.
No, I mean, she has a little spark of, she wants her little Roman holiday. She wants to go escape and see how the real people live. And there's some fun to her.
That's what the script says, but it's all...
She's up for the daring do, is she not? She's not afraid of the beanstalk or of the giants or any of the adventures.
But she's not compelling. Stanley Tucci plays the Stanley Tucci that we've seen.
The mean, scenery chewing Stanley Tucci.
Yeah, I kind of went into this. I mean, I remember when I heard this movie was being made, I thought, okay, well, this could be fun. This sounds like, it's playing to everybody's strengths and was interesting. And just the more it went along, the more I was just like, oh, God.
It is a little long. It's just shy of 2 hours long. It does drag in spots, but it's incredibly fun and it's big set pieces.
Whoa, no.
And a lot of that has to do with the beanstalk. This is not a phallic thing. It's a really cool looking 5 mile tall beanstalk.
Yeah, no, it's the best screen plant since Audrey 2. I'll give you that. But
Audrey 2.
But that's, oh God, I'm sorry. I really wanted to have fun with this, and there's no life to it except for the plant. The rest of the movie just.
I liked it more than you did, and your number is what?
I give it a 4.8 for the beanstalk alone.
No, you gave it a 3.5.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong one. Sorry, 3.5 for the beanstalk alone. Sorry.
I give it a 7. So our number is a 5.3 average. The lovely man actually could not be with us today. He's not feeling well. But on the tomato meter, if he were here, he would say it's at 64%. And it's kind of dropping. It's been in the 70 range, and it's dropping a little bit. So kind of mixed.